Hi, y'all. Welcome back. I just love y'all. I'm going to say it every single time. I love y'all. I love y'all down. First of all, because y'all so faithful. Y'all so amazing. And y'all just so great. And I just love y'all. What I need y'all to do is like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. So we're gonna just get right to it. What we talking about today is the courage to authentically be you. We just gonna get in there. So I'm just gonna testify. So y'all, I think when I've always just been myself, right? However, I was altered a little bit because I felt like I think I was I think I was a little people pleasing in a way because if somebody didn't like something, I would just try to readjust or, just not authentically showing up as the woman that I know I was. Like, I know I'm a certain type of woman. For instance, for me, I know I like to look pretty. I know I like just different things. And if people will be like, well, that's too much, or you shouldn't do this, or you shouldn't, and then I would like shrink and try to be somebody that I'm not when you walk up in a room, the only way you're going to authentically be you is showing up as yourself. You're going to show up with an all that looks like. So if that looks like if you're just a plain Jane and you just want to be a plain Jane, just be you. You don't have to be fake. You don't have to do too much, or you don't have to people please, because you just don't got to do that. Also, I think when I got to get in the community and get with the pastor and people too, because I think I believe I was just like, I'm like, maybe I'm doing too much. Maybe, I shouldn't be feeling like I'm supposed to think I am the one, or that I am good and that I am great. And, maybe I should humble myself. A lot of times when you show up authentically, it can also look like it can allow people to be insecure because you showing up as your full self. Like I said, I like looking pretty. I don't care where I go. I can go to the nail shop. I can go to the grocery store. I can go places and I want to look cute. I remember when I was younger, y'all. My mama was like, girl, you just going to the grocery store. Why do you need to put on mascara? I'm like, you never know. Listen, my man might be at the grocery store. It's like, no, I'm just playing. But for real, you just never know. So I had just was telling my mama, like, Ma, you never know who you'll see. And it's sometimes it's not about your education. It's not about, it's not about what you know. It's about who you know. And if you can meet somebody, you walk into a room and you authentically being yourself, you're happy. Like me, I love being like when I'm in my holies of holies at home, that's where all my emotions are just at. But when I'm out, I love people. So I'm like engaging and this and that. Like, and sometimes you shrink because you want to fit into the room, but sometimes you can't fit into the room. Sometimes you can't fit into certain rooms, is what I'm saying. Sometimes you got to get in rooms where they're like, okay, girl, yes, like be you, Queenland, like I love you, like So that's just that, y'all. I just had to testify a little bit because my authenticity came from my church, and my authenticity came also just for being me. Like seeing how people respond when you are fully you is amazing. Like, oh, I don't have to be fake. Oh, I don't have to put on. Oh, I could just be myself. And two, with that being said, because it's so complex, because you also want to come up too. Because sometimes you think you being yourself with the person you used to be, but you also have to get in God so he can create your identity so you can authentically be you as well. So the scripture we will be using is 2 Timothy 1 verse 7. And it says, for God or for God have not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. Y'all, with that being said, we can't be scared and timid about who we are. We got to show up. We have to show up. We have to literally, oh, hey, yes, I am no matter what no one thinks, no matter what, if somebody like, oh, why is she like that? Why is she so jolly? Why is she show up? Still be who you are, because at the end of the day, you being authentic. And then the spirit of power, just when you authentically be you, you move in such a authentic power, in such of authority. It's an authority that comes with authenticity. It's an, oh, that's so good, God. It's an authority that comes with authenticity. And it's so powerful. It'd be like, whoa, I didn't even know that was in me. I didn't even know I didn't even know I possessed that, but okay. So I'll just go to what courage means. Courage is the quality of mind or spirit that enables a person to face difficulty, damage, pain, without fear. Kind of like bravery. So courage, the courage to authentically be you. So you have to be brave enough to rise up to that person that you know you are, to that person that God called you to be. Sometimes you have to just rise up. A lot of times we are brought up in a way. So we're just continuing to think we are who we were brought up as, if I make sense. So sometimes it's like, okay, the trauma that I was connected to and the experiences that I was connected to is me. No, it's not. Because when you, again, this podcast stems from God. We are kingdom kids. So with that being said, when you get into Christ, you become a new creature. So you get another identity. You are able to walk in who God called you to be authentically as he's showing you that. He's giving you the instructions on how to be. Like for a long time, y'all, when I tell you, I was like, my God, I don't know how I'm about to do this speech stuff. I don't know how I'm about to be on the podcast when I stutter, or when sometimes I don't know how to connect certain things. But he had told me to read Jeremiah, and Jeremiah was a kid. He wasn't sure if he knew how to talk. He said, I'm going to put the words in your mouth. So sometimes God put the words in your mouth. Sometimes God give you the energy. Sometimes God give you the strength. Sometimes God will give you what you need so that you can authentically be you. You just have to, again, like the last podcast, obey. Your obedience and your alignment with God will allow you to be authentic. So, authenticity is a choice, not a personality trait. You have to choose to be authentic. A lot of times people choose to be fake because it's popular. It's so popular to be fake so you can fit in that you don't want to be authentic because you think you're going to lose out. Be authentic, because that's how you're going to know, oh, this who rock with me for real, because this is me. You getting what you get, what you see is what you get. This is me. So, and then being yourself often require conscious, brave decisions, especially in environments that reward conformity. Because like I said, it's like the culture. Like we want to be down. Like we want to be like, okay, girl, yeah, I smoke, I drink, but it's really not you. Why are you conforming? Yeah, I go to this, I do this, I do that. If you really don't do that, have the courage, the bravery to authentically be you. No matter what people say about you, because that's how you can identify who your people are. You identify who your people are when you gain the courage, when you take the courage, when you be brave enough to be like, oh no, I'm gonna be authentic to myself and to my God. So now it don't look like I'm being fake, or I'm not conforming to what you tell me to do. I'm not conforming to what you tell me to do, but I am going to have the bravery and the courage to be everything that God called me to be. Unapologetically. Sorry, people. So, yeah. And then courage comes before confidence. So that bravery comes before that confidence. You got to be brave enough to have confidence. You got to be brave enough to sit at a place, at a home, or wherever you at, and speak to a camera. You have to be brave. You don't have an audience. You don't have nobody like, yeah, you saying it, you doing it, you this, you that. Most of the time when a message come out, it sound weird. But until the people that needs to hear it connect with it, it'd be like, oh, okay, God, that sound right. When you done, it'd be like, all right, so it's just that courage comes before that confidence does. Confidence isn't a starting point. It's the results of repeatedly choosing authenticity despite fear. You have to repeatedly choose this thing because you can literally go into a place of culture, because culture right now is super duper loud. Culture is loud right now. So it's like, God, I want to be real. I want to be sure, but I don't think I'm going to get picked. So, and that's the thing. We think we're not going to get picked, but the very thing that makes you is the reason why certain people pick you. You are being you in so many ways. Because for me, I think I'm different. But the reason why people pick me is because I'm probably different. It's the rarity. You're not going to get that same person in every person. Like I was telling my friend today about some stuff. You're not going to get a Jay in every single person. You're not going to get a Leslie in every single person. You're not going to get a person in every single person. It's just not... It's just not what it is. Then authenticity builds trust and connection. It does. Because when you show me who you are for real, it allows me to choose you. It allows me to be like, okay, I don't know, but I'm rocking with that one right. It's a soft spot in my heart for that one, because yes, she's authentic or he's authentic. People don't connect to perfection. You don't have to be perfect. People don't like when people are too perfect, because the only one was perfect was Jesus.
Amen.
They connect with honesty, vulnerability, and realness. Grace Rewritten, that's who we are. We are honesty, we are vulnerability, and we are realness. That's why we are authentic. That's why we're going to pull every single person that we need to come on our podcast to be on our podcast. Because that's what we exude, okay? That is us. That's who we are. So, living in alignment reduces burnout. So just being aligned within yourself, or being aligned within your purpose, being aligned reduces that burnout. Because when you be fake, you got to always be fake. When you are fake, you got to literally continue to be fake. Oh, let me just be perfect. Let me just be fake. Now you're exhausted. Now you're tired. Now you have overextended yourself in a way that was just too much, when you could have just been authentic. Be you. Be authentically. Have the courage and bravery to be authentically you. Clock it. But pretending, performing, or shrinking yourself, like I said, is exhausting. I had to pause right there, because you have to understand it's too much. It requires too much. Stop it. It requires too much. Breathe, pray, fast, whatever you got to do to be that authentic person that God called you to be, my brothers and my sisters. Because he didn't call you fake. The reason why God allowed you to be born the year you were born, and the way you were born, and who you were born to, because he had an authentic and unique period or point to where he needed you to touch this earth in some type of way. Whatever that may look like. Like me, I know I'm a leader. Leslie, she's a servant. She serves. So to know your place, to know who you are, to know how you are, God created us to be authentic, and every single person is not a leader, and every single person is not a server. We have to figure out how we are. We have to figure it out and then authentically be that. And so you give others permission to do the same. So when you are authentic, the whole room authentic. I remember there was a time when I was I think I was talking about something. I was in a group and I was just vulnerable, and it was just one female, and she normally is quiet. She don't normally speak a lot and everything like that. And I was just authentic and telling my story or whatnot. And I noticed the young lady began to speak her testimony too. So I think when you are authentically you, it allows people around you to be like, wow, if she can do it, I can do it. It's almost like a contagious type of exchange. It's like, oh, wow, she can do it, I can do it. You know what I mean? Not saying that you can be like me, but I'm just saying like you can do it too. You can have the bravery enough to be who you are. You know what I mean? When one person shows up fully, it creates psychological safety for others. Psychological safety? Because with that lady, she was a very shy and timid lady. She was very shy. She was very timid. But when she seen me exposed, and not even exposed, but be vulnerable in honesty and realness, she also was like, oh, that's what it looked like. I can be me. And even being like in the culture at my church, I was able to finally, because at first I'm like, oh wait, am I too much?
No.
Because friends used to be like, girl, what you wearing? We ain't gotta go all out like that. But I do gotta go all out like that because this is who I am.
That's
You don't have to
right.
determine how I get dressed because of your insecurities. That has everything to do with you. I'm gonna get dressed and I'm gonna put my clothes on and I'm gonna be everything that I am because this is who I am. I'm not gonna shrink. Again, we're not shrinking or we're not coming up to who everybody else wants us to be. No, we are designed for the Lord. We are designed on this earth to be everything the Lord told us to be. So we have to come up to that thing, or we have to be who we are no matter what. That's what I was saying. We just gotta be who we are, y'all. We gotta be who we are. And then rejection is clarity, not failure. With that being said, to me, what that says is when you are authentic and someone rejects you, it gives you the idea of clarity. Now I know this is not my people because I am authentically being me. So that rejection shall give you clarity to know, like, oh, okay, I spotted you. I'm not your person because this is who I am. And not even to say that's not your person, but it just shows you who that other person is, if I make sense. So rejection will give that clarity. It's not failure. It'll just give you the clarity. Being rejected for who you truly are is better than being accepted for who you're not. Is basically what I was saying. So show up and be everything you need to be. And it does not matter who rejects you. The rejection ultimately shouldn't be like, oh, well, I should try harder. No, it gave you clarity to show you that no, don't try harder. This is who you need to get away from in a way. Like, all right, I love you, but I'm over here. And then your uniqueness is your value. Like I was saying earlier, you were born on this earth with your uniqueness because God has given you an assignment. You just got to figure out what that assignment is. And like I said, all the time, it's not about being in a leadership position. Sometimes it's about serving someone else. But that doesn't demean you, or that doesn't make you the lesser person. Because honestly, if I be honest, and I will go on record to say, I do the video. Leslie do the behind the scenes. That behind the scenes person is more pivotal than the person that's speaking, if I be correct. Because in a way, she's editing, she's taking hours of this, she did, she that, I'm coming up with the thought and I'm speaking the thought out, but she's allowing the vision to come to pass. You know what I mean? And thank you to Leslie. Thank you to Leslie. We just love her. We love Leslie. One thing about it, we love that girl. Um, and with that being said, your uniqueness is your value, not a liability. It's not it's an asset. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. What makes you different is often what makes you impactful. I'm gonna say that again. What makes you different is often what makes you impactful. I believe I am impactful because I believe I draw people because I love looking cute. I love these are just simple things. First of all, number one, I love God. And when he is lifted up, all men drawn unto you. Oh, all of them. All of them coming with pain, with trouble, with trials, with tribulations, all of them coming. So that's number one. I love being pretty. Oh no, I don't need no man to look cute. What? I love looking pretty. I love looking dialed up. I love smelling good. I love talking. I love being me. So that's what authentically be me, and that's what makes me impactful. And also what makes me impactful as well, y'all, if I be honest. And that's a rhetorical question. What makes you impactful? Rhetorical. You can put it in the comments. What makes you impactful? It's something to think about. Because if it's something that's in you that does not make you impactful, it's something to not worry about, but it's something to study. It's something to, like, for instance, like I said, I think what makes Leslie impactful is she's a server. Oh, woo! That girl know how to serve. What makes me impactful is I want everybody to win. So I come on here because I want you to win. I want your soul to be saved. And I want you to come up to everything that you're supposed to be. And I want you to be everything you are called to be in your full totality so that you won't miss out on what God has for your life. That's what makes me impactful. Because it's not always about me. It's about, oh no, I see this girl right here and I want to pour into her. I think you would be better if you know God. Let me. So yes. And then growth requires discomfort. So with the courage to authentically be you, that growth gonna set in. Growth requires discomfort. And it's almost like to the unknown. Because like I said, sometimes the traumatic stuff you experience, and then the experience you've experienced, and all of the things that you've experienced, sometimes it, like this how I am. Like, for instance, I remember talking to someone and he was like, that's just who I am. That's who I am. And I said, no, I think that's who you choosing to be. Because the thing about it is, a lot of times God is trying to deliver us from the traumatic situations and the experience and put on that new identity. But because you think that you're authentically you being the person that was ill, it was you being, and you're not fully being who you are. You're not fully being who God called you to be. You have to authentically be you and not put on the evil things. I'm not talking about the evil stuff that's in you. You got to let that evil stuff go because that was never supposed to be attached to you. Sometimes that evil stuff comes from the back. It comes from that traumatic stuff. It comes from them experiences. If you ain't learned a lesson, then you building trauma bonds. You building trauma responses. These are trauma things that's going on with you if you haven't learned anything from these things. Because that's just what it is. So you're not authentically being you. So you still being fake. Because first of all, you have to surrender your life to God so he can give you that new identity to be authentically you. I'm just saying, because you don't want to be authentically you. Hear what I'm saying. You don't want to be authentic, have the courage to authentically be you. Yes, have your personality, but also have the Lord. Have your personality, be who you are, funny, silly, giggly, great person, love to wear what you wear, this and that, but also have that new creature. So all that old stuff is past. That old attitudes and stinking looks and this and that. And put that on the back. Because the Lord trying to deliver you from that. So you can authentically be you, ultimately. Sorry, I had to get somebody together right there in the spirit. Authentic living may cost approval. Whew, that's heavy. I'm sorry, I have these moments where I'm quiet because I need y'all to let that sink in. Authentic living may cost approval because you've been trying to be approved. That's why you've been being fake. But you have to allow authenticity to come, and it's going to cost you that. Are you ready for that? This grown woman talking, y'all. I don't know this grown woman talking. But the gain is self-respect. Are you ready to respect yourself? Oh, God, I thank you, Jesus. That's so good. That's so good. That's so good. The cost of hiding is higher than the risk of being seen. The cost of hiding is higher than the risk of being seen. Sometimes authenticity may look like you not being seen. This grown people talking, I'm trying to tell y'all. Because a lot of us want to be seen. A lot of us want attention. But even if you're not getting attention, would you still be authentic? Would you still authentically be you if you're in the background? Would you authentically still be you if God didn't choose you just yet for this season to do that yet? Would you still authentically be you if your assignment is the cameras? If your assignment is not to be seen in a hiding place? In this hiding place. The hiding I'm gonna let y'all go. Suppression leads to regret. When you suppress yourself and you be fake and you just, oh, I'm gonna just be who everybody think I am. And authenticity leads to fulfillment, even when it's hard. You feel fulfilled. Every single time I come online and I talk to y'all, or when I be me, when I'm able to get myself dressed and stuff, y'all, I feel like me. Suppression leads to regret. When you suppress yourself and you be fake and you just, oh, I'm gonna just be who everybody think I am. And authenticity leads to fulfillment, even when it's hard. You feel fulfilled. Every single time I come online and I talk to y'all, or when I be me, when I'm able to get myself dressed and stuff, y'all, I feel like me. When I can't, and people be thinking like, Johnny, you got money and this and that. I don't even be, when it comes to my beauty, I'm talking about in every aspect, whatever it is, I don't care. It's me. It's authentically me. And that's why God knows I'm supposed to be on the other side of things. You know what I'm saying? Like, real wealthy. Like, now I play so much. What I want you to do is to have the courage, the bravery to authentically be you, because when you are you, you are wonderful. You are great. You are everything that God ordained you to be when you authentically be yourself. When you put yourself on the road and you act as if God called you to whoever he called you to, whatever he called you to, whoever, however he called you. When you are authentic, you can cause a room to shift. When you are authentic, you can cause anything. You can literally shake the room. When you walk in, it's like, whoa, what was that? No, that's called authenticity. That's called Holy Ghost. That's called fire. Yeah, that's all of that. It ain't no fake. I don't gotta be seen. You don't gotta see me. but I know I'm seen by the Lord. So what I need y'all to do, and I thank y'all so much for watching, and what I need y'all to do is like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Also share this with your friends. Share this with someone that you think will be impacted by it. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. And I need y'all to subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel now. Subscribe to the channel. I love y'all.